I've got a present for you.
Player defeated.
3 different names. Discord name, a Twitch name, and a Yuri's Revenge name. Don't make it easy for me. Doofus is bottom left, Revo is top right. What do we know about the players? Don't really think either of them need any introduction. Doofus's traditional game style, sort of build up them miners, watch his opponent. Once he sees his opponent switches over to the Grizzlies, that's normally when Doofus tends to change. More so in a Soviet v Soviet matchup. That's kind of Doofus a bit more of a passive player rather than the opening aggression. As for Revo, traditionally in the past, I know that he sort of tends to like that Chronosphere and BFs early. Haven't played Revo in a little while, actually, to be fair. And because I play Allied now, I hate the matchups at AVA, just my opinion. So what I see against him now is obviously different to how he plays against a Soviet player. I always feel like Doofus's playstyle doesn't. I always feel like it doesn't suit his playstyle playing against an Allied. He goes double flak. Not sure what the plan is. I think there's a GI in this. Double GI coming. I quite like these little double GIs and pushes. I've started doing it myself against Soviet players. Just right at the start. Use a couple of GIs, so anti-scout. And then just a couple of IVs. Makes a big difference. So 2 GIs, IVs coming. A well-placed sentry, a couple of well-placed sentries can withhold this, but it does force money. Takes down a flak as well. So he'll just bait a sentry here. That's all he's doing. He's just trying to bait sentries, but he can then go for the barracks, and you might get the barracks. And 2 GI, he goes for the power plant. Puts him low power for now. On the back of this, 1, 2, 3. Needs to get all of them GMs. Let's get over the ore patch there. Keeps this one alive. So both of them are still alive. Radar is out nice and early. Here we've got in the chat. Sup, Lloyd? What's going on with the screen size? Oh shit! Good spot. Good spot. Good spot. I was miles away. There we go. Sorry, I didn't click my advanced scene switcher. Those GI IVFs are really bad versus Soviet. I don't mind them. I sort of obviously probably at your level they're probably completely irrelevant, but the amount of times you can catch people off with them when someone just wants to build miners and just go get like a power plant or a sentry or force a couple of yeah, you can get a barracks or a power plant sometimes and force a couple of sentries. I get a lot of joy of them. Obviously, sort of low to mid intermediate level is totally different. Obviously, the level you play at Andy, and probably as you go up the ranks, you won't be able to use them or get anything with them, but. Yeah, it should do, but players don't always notice, do they? That's the thing, players don't always notice. People at sort of low intermediate level, mid intermediate level don't always keep an eye on their opponent's base. Or what happens is I find that sometimes then your opponent will go like 1 miner here and then realise you've gone GIVs and then just spam the rhinos and you force them in playing the game that they don't normally play. I don't know. I know I'm talking a bit of waffle, but I do get quite a bit of joy actually with the GIVs at the start. Yeah, a lot of top versus bottom back in 2003. Yeah, Heck is still being played now. He's trying to split down the bottom here. And he's gone for IC here, Doof. There's a flak there. Walks back. And Doofus, as the Soviet player, is on 8k. He's going to really try and go for that miner. Still got 2 ticks of health. Needs to move the flak. If he gets it, it'll be worth it. Just about, yeah. That's probably just about worth it for sort of 4 or 5 Rockies, for sure. So Chrono's going to come out. This is kind of the playstyle we kind of expected of Revo. This is sort of what he likes to do. Apologies about the chat at the start. About the screen at the start. And there's a lot of Rhinos coming through the middle here. There is Mirages on the field. A couple of BFs. Mirages coming through. On the left-hand side, a power drop. We just see who would you fancy now, chat, from this position. The IC is going to be really, really nice. Still no Chronosphere on the field yet. Lucas is burning through his eco now a lot faster. He was on 8.5k last time we checked. He's now sort of on 1,000. And it looks like Revo's going to just go in here. I don't like this. I think this is nice for the Allied player, for the Soviet player, especially with the Deso. He's going to run off with the MCV. A couple of BFs coming in. You can get them Rockies to work a little bit. Should send Doofus broke here, that's the advantage. Vessels are there, so the battle labs are the key. Doofus can use these Rockies here. But Revo can use them Rockies here. I think Revo's got this. I think Revo has got this. Nice, he is up. The bottom side, got to use these. Got to get the BFs. He gets the BFs and he can't win. He's got to get the BFs and he can't win. There's no way he can push in there with the Desos. I'd like to see him bring the Rockies in. Let's keep the BF alive though. Keeps that BF alive, and now he has a good shot here, Revo, to win this. Rhino numbers coming back in. Gonna get the IC. Power drop there will take care of that war factory with the Desos coming straight out. We'll just keep killing them. That'll go down. The MCV will go down. And it looks like Revo will win this game. Because there's nothing to defend air attack here. They can just bring them Rockies in at base. And Revo will take the opening game. Just one war factory in the back here, actually. Didn't see that. You need to click that Deso. That's it. Deso is more important. And GG called.
Player defeated.
Yeah, sorry, I missed that war on the bottom side. Then you could have Doofus playing and streaming as well. Across the Frost. This is a map that we did see Andy create a new metaphor. Chronoing the MCV. We're good to go.
Building captured.
Ta. Cannot wait to get a second monitor. So Revo on the top side here. Doofus on the bottom map. Did see Doofus play this a couple of days ago against, can't remember who it was, but he anyway he repaired the bridge and went in with the Rhinos. Really early aggression. Didn't pay off for him. This is a map that Andy did play as Allied against Legend and took everyone by surprise. Took out his opponent's MCV and he had no battle lab, so then he chronoed his miner to the back here. The V3s can shoot up a little bit, but just a Patriot missile or two, but I don't think they can reach the whole way, so there's nothing the Soviet player can do. Obviously we know Andy sort of creates these things, wonderful things, keeps everybody on their toes, which was nice to see. I love to see creative new styles. Revo is 1-0 up. Wolf actually comes here again. He goes Rhino. Just wonder if he's going to try the same thing again, come straight into here. And Revo goes a miner as well. Yeah, this is he's coming on his doorstep here. Rocky's coming out. Grizzlies are now on the back of this. This didn't work last time for the Doof. It didn't work. A couple of Rockies on the field here. I think with the Rockies, Grizzlies... okay, he's not going to repair it. Just wonder if he was going to come over to the miners and try to harass. A couple of Grizzlies already on the field. There's Rockies as well. Pillbox already out. Shouldn't really better get anything done here, Doofus. And Revo has got himself an extra miner as well. You know, Rhinos are very strong against them Grizzlies. Proven so there. So 3 miners on that side. It's cornered them over. Harrier comes out as well. 1-2 miners there and a 3rd miner there. So both players on 3 miners, in fact. So Doofus went a miner on the back of it, I believe. Gonna need a flak here. Doesn't quite get that. Couple of flaks now. Power drop gonna come in offensively. This is gonna be nice. Gonna go for an offensive power drop. Yeah, right down there. That's gonna be nice. Can walk that there. Wants to bring that miner now to try and take care of that with a dog, really. 4 Grizzlies. 4, 5, 6 Grizzlies. 4 Rhinos. Gonna get an oil. That's nice. Power drop still not active at the minute. Gets a power. Gets the oil. Does get the oil. Oh, it's not auto capped. I don't. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, what is there an oil and an air force on that, isn't there? Definitely an air force with a broken bridge, isn't it? In the corners. Can't remember if there's an oil on it or not. I actually think Ghost is alright for Allied, though, to be fair. I actually quite like Ghost. I think it's quite a... I've only played it a couple of times. Obviously, I think we played it 2v2 a little bit with Doofus and Larry, but I actually quite like the look of Ghost. As maps go, doesn't look too bad. Bridge is repaired. Oh, he's going to come back to defend. Going to push in here. Revo doesn't want a base trade. He's going to come back and defend. What does Doofus do? Does he keep being aggressive here? Going to run straight over them GRs. Really, really nice. There is just 2 war factories on the field, so he can just take care of these 2. Then it's just a case of defending. Goes for the Air Force. Switches back. Doofus has got to get out of here. There is a lot of Grizzlies on the field. A lot of them are quite weak, having said that. Doofus should have no issue here. Just needs a sentry there while he's out tanking now. The Rockies are the last sort of ditch attempt. Just primary that, build a flak. Maybe have a flak cannon ready as well. I'll check that in a second, chat. So he's going to get this war factory. No flak comes out. Is there a flak on the... No flak still. Flak cannon comes out. So he goes... Still has power. Still has power and just leaves him on 1 war factory. So another flak cannon in here should be fine. Had to load stream on PC. Oh, you have a different username on PC? It appears okay on my laptop to stream. I have it on my laptop to the left of me as well. I can watch it as well. I don't see that there's any issues. Sometimes with phones it can be a bit crap. Mine's the same if I do MJ. Sometimes on MJ stream, if I put it on my phone, it is not so good. When you get bottom right and your airport is top left, you have to fight for it, which is terrible map design. Top right, you mean? Yeah. Yeah, I like the. I always like the auto captures. I think that's. I like the way we have things now, actually, in Yuri's with the auto captures. I remember like 3-4 months, I think, there was a big ooh about auto captures and no dog NGE and all that sort of stuff, but I think we have it right in Yuri's. Obviously RA2, those are not aware, they have to capture their oils, with the exception of a couple of maps such as Poltergeist, and there's maybe a couple others. So Grizzly's going to come across, and he's going to move his MCV here, that path, and just gets caught out there, and he loses a Grizzly. Revo does have a decent amount of Grizzlies here, but there's so many Rhinos. I think we're fairly even on numbers. Doofus may even out-tank, and Grizzlies just aren't going to overwhelm the Rhinos here. Revo has to try and make a last-ditch sort of attack here with a 1-4. Actually can't sit here like a duck anymore. Sentry comes out, and Doofus should take this one. No problem. GG. Both players on the board straight away. On RA2, where they still live in the Stone Age, it's fine, but when every single map in Yuri is auto-captured, but one is not, then it's but yeah, you just put them all auto-captured, of course. Switch over to Sen River. So you have it on Vito. This is later version. Oh, that must be different. I don't know why I wasn't on Yuri ladder maps anyway for auto cap. Yeah. Nice, let's go. I think both players are happy. Both players will stick with their faction. So Doofus in yellow, Revo in red. Revo plays as America, Doofus plays as Soviet. Doofus is down the bottom and Revo's at the top. Kind of a map that's been around for I think 2 months in QM, so just quickly run through it. Wheel on the left hand side with some gems and some ore. Bottom right hand side as well with your power. Some ore down here. You start on some gems. Eco wise on this map is pretty strong to start with. There are a few choke points on the maps as well, coming in offensively as well. Andy says this is one of the best maps in the game at the moment. Still not played enough, is it? It's still not a map that's played enough. You don't really see it in show matches too often. I think that's probably because it's just new, isn't it? I think. I like Revo's picked it. I do like Revo's picked it. I think Revo is sort of well known for being quite creative with maps that he uses for his intermediate tournaments as well. And finding good maps that aren't really used for whatever reason. So mine are out on the right hand side, straight onto the gems. War Factory, I think you might see a seal this time from Revo. Unless he's going to go for the GIs. It's going to be the GIs again. So another miner comes out. Doofus collecting the gems on his starting patch, and he goes double War Factory.
Seal ready. And
a seal comes out as well. So we have a GI, IV, and we have a seal, IV. And this could storm pressure here. And the GIV just sort of getting taken down. It's going to probably just be forced to sell a War Factory here. Seal comes in. He might be able to get it. Okay, he doesn't get it. He does get the War Factory. Doesn't get a sell off in it. Don't think Doofus is too concerned there. I think both players was kind of a fair enough sort of trade there. Doofus still has the War Factory. He doesn't lose the production, which is the key thing. Pushing on the pillboxes. Trying to get to these miners. Got 3 Rhinos here versus 3 Grizzly. Defensive power drop should come in. Oh, it's going to be offensive. I'm surprised. I think he needed that defensively there. Might go for that power, but I feel like he needed a defensive power drop there. Yeah, just run into there, I think he should. The offensive power drop comes in. I think he can just run into here. Needs to get busy with that. 3 war factories as well. Barracks goes down as well. Doof is in a really strong position. Really early Allied pressure, Soviet pressure here on the Allied player, and it can be really difficult. Double war factory from the start there was nice. Try to bait him clicking on the MCV there. You can see just trying to bait, just trying to pull him in, and now he'll be able to take the MCV if he wants. Gonna click on the Grizzlies again. There we go. Does take that down. MCV will go down, so he leaves him on double war factory in a barracks. CGI is trying to come out to help. Gonna get a war factory there as well. Power up at the bottom, trying to walk a quadruple war factory from Lucas. He's still on 3k. Don't you love it for the Soviet player? That money just keeps coming all the time, doesn't it? And what is he on? We get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 miners, 4 miners. Obviously, the gems were a big key here. Just taking down the miners here. Very nice from Doofus. Should make this game 2-1, unless Revo has an ace up his sleeve, which I don't think he does, boys and girls. He's going to come over to the left side to the power as well. That's nice from Doofus. So he's executing what he needs to do here very well. I don't think he wants to dive here. Just trying to hold on Revo here, but holding on is not going to be enough because Doofus has got this. The power came down the bottom and took the power down, and then the miners took care of it down the bottom. Elite Rocky. Yeah, did take the power, then walked on the bottom, but it was coming straight over the miners. And there's a second power drop that's come in. So never mind. The power drop still AFK on the bottom. Elite Rocky going to try and do some work, but it isn't going to be enough. Still the power drop is AFK down there. And they're just turning away, trying to keep away from that Elite Rocky, but Deso came in as well, just there as well to take care of that. Welcome in, Rad. Hope you're well. Doofus quickly goes to 2-1. That'll be Revo's pick of map next. Ronaldinho saying Doofus is OP. Especially in this meta where every map has 3 starting gem patches. Yeah, I remember you speaking about that the other day, actually saying like it's kind of a norm thing now, isn't it? So like opening maps just start with so many, like eco is so strong, which helps the Soviet players so much. Yeah, sort of 2 big starting patches of gems and an oil, and your power to start is yeah, come on Soviet, come and push the Allied player. 4 factories for 4 miners. It's really hard for the Allied player like that. That's why with that seal I got a war factory, but it wasn't quite enough because there was already another war factory out. I don't think it was enough really. Still nice, but so Doofus is on the top side. He's won back-to-back games now. Did go behind on Heck, which was a close game, and Doofus definitely had a chance to win that one there as well. Sort of ended up in a base trade, but Doofus didn't fully commit to it. Tried to come back to his base to defend. Sin River there. Doofus taking the win. So start with gems here as well. To my absolute shock. Patch of ore there. Yeah, and you've got the opportunity to expand. Traditionally expand to the left, I believe, first. Although some people do build down here. I don't know. Doofus as it gets into a mid game can move the MCV into here onto the gems. You can build down as well. I don't actually know the build to build down, to be fair. Doofus probably will. You can do the same on the left hand side as well. 3 gem patches on that side as well. I think Doofus will probably go 2 miners here off the war factory. We'll see. Said Sang he likes this map as Allied, and Audrey San he doesn't like it so much. MCV move on the left hand side. It's nice and early from Revo. I quite like that actually, especially because I know Doofus normally goes sort of miners off the War Factory as well, which there's a flak as well. Expecting them Rockies. So double flak has a dog next to the barracks as well. That was there to maybe force a pillbox out if you wanted the GIs or the NG or even the seal. So it does go to miners off the ref. There's one War Factory, a Revo here. Once I get a second one on the gems, ideally, I like two of them on there. So he has 2 miners on gems. This one now going to run out. So like just the 1 miner on gems, and 3 will go into the ore patch. Yeah, Doof is going to build down here, so he's going to show me how to do it. Zed, how did you find your series of MZ? Obviously had 2 series. One series playing as Allied, with the exception of the last game, and the other series playing as Yuri. How did you find sort of MZ? So Doof is going to try and push now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rhinos. There should be enough grizzlies here with a pillbox to defend this. It does micro that way, which is nice. A couple of Rockies comes over as well. We're now going to start to see the BFs coming. Triple War Factory now for the Doof. That gets another rep down as well. Trying to shuffle over to his right hand side. Need to be careful getting caught around this cliff. He might go for the lab here. I don't think he should go for the lab. He'll get it. It will cancel the BF, which is quite nice in cancelling the BF, but he's going to lose all his army for it. I'm not sure. I suppose the Soviet player can just keep rebuilding, but don't know. Soviet's rhinos just keep coming, don't they? That's the thing. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm sure I'd have took that trade for Doof. He'd probably argue it's okay. Does cancel the BF and probably a chrono, to be fair, which is quite key. Rocky's going to come in as well here, and there should be a fairly even trade up here with a sentry coming out as well. Rhinos are just so strong, aren't they? But there is 4 Rockies there that could still keep putting pressure on. A couple of flaks down the left hand side. They're going to come in. Need to pull this grizzly away. And then probably after that, he's probably quite pleased. Yeah, he won the first game, series 5-1, and then MZ rematched, playing as Yuri throughout, and then MZ won 6-2. But MZ did beat him 5-1. He's trying to come in and harass. It's a couple of rhinos are smoking now. Trying to push in. What is the target? The MCV is going to be the target. Which is okay, because he gets out of there as well. It doesn't even matter if he thins out his army. There is a lab, though. That's the only thing. There is a lab. So he does get the lab in time. But he is left on absolutely 1 War Factory. When you're playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's a nice snipe. That is a nice snipe for Doofus. He'll be happy with that. And look at these rhinos, they just keep coming, don't they? All of these War Factories as well, and that's going to be game. I mean, the last ditch attempt, maybe Revo could maybe try like a Tanya or something. But yeah, Doofus will just keep knocking on the door here. Even with some excellent BF control. Does need a flak in his army, but GI is just trying to hold his opponent off. Revo, Doofus playing well, as we see. Power drop going to come in here. Doofus will want this lab, and he'll probably happily dive on it, and he especially will now when it's open like that. I mean, even if he lost all of his army there and left him on 3 BFs and 3 Grizzlies, Doofus would just rebuild and win this game. So no lab now. Just a War Factory that is left with a radar. Got a barracks and a War Factory left. No Rockies, no Mirages, nothing. Doofus on 4.5k still. Lab comes out now as well. I'm starting to see a flak come out as well. and deploys all them. So it does reload. I think he just loads them with GGIs maybe, noticing there's not much double for MCV have moved, then the iron curtain is now on a timer to be ticked down. Like I said, Revo will need absolute perfection BF control here to even give himself a slight chance. And he has to move as well, because it's like just 3 minutes, and all Doofus has to do is just use his IC to kill the 3 BFs, and that's game. So within them 3 minute game time, Revo has to whip up an absolute storm, which boys and girls are not going to do so, and I believe Doofus will go 3 games to 1. I do like watching Revo's allied. Always appreciate an allied player. He's going to maybe just push in straight here on the wharf. Actually, need as many GGIs as possible. He needs to get these BFs working though. These flaks are quite good against the GGIs. It's too many, isn't there? Just way too many. IC goes down. So just a ref and 2 pillboxes. Just the refinery now.
Player defeated.
GG. Scores 3-1. And we have seen at the time people with the BFs being able to sort of swing a game round, but sort of like the guys sort of saying in the chat, the problem is your opponent normally by that point has sort of 6 war factories, has an IC, them sort of things. Yeah, and then you see a BF, like a couple of BFs, do some really, really nice work, and then you see people in chat normally moaning some BFs are overpowered, and I think it's vetoes. I'm gonna go to divide freeze over. What do we make of that for an allied pick? Revo tried to sort of turtle up a little bit and go for them for that Chrono BF. Will he try to switch over straight Mirages, or will he just go War Factories himself? Obviously, you've got the 2 expansion points on here as well. So I can't completely turtle up really here. More so the 1 really, because this is at the back, isn't it? So we're going to lock and load. I will finish up this show match, boys and girls, after this.
Tech building captured.
Then I will be away for the best part of, I reckon, 4 hours. And then I will be on streaming for a good sort of 3, 4, 5 hours. So if there is people that want to play in a show match, whether it be intermediate, whether it be pro level, that sort of thing, and then drop me a message on Discord. I'm going to go to the beach. Enjoy some of the sun. It's still 36 degrees here in the UK. It's now coming to 6 o'clock in the evening. I think this is the hottest day the UK has recorded. It was in parts of the UK. It was predicted to be 40 degrees, and obviously it normally always pops over in a couple of areas. Yeah, probably nothing compared to what some people are used to in the States and places like Texaco. I think it's quite warm right there now, isn't it? But yeah. So Revo is allied, got the gems here on the back, and the gems up here. I always prefer to take these gems here first, and get the more riskier ones first. Doof is going to do the same. He's going to put a war factory down first. There's a ref at the bottom here, and then he'll get a ref here. Which is nice, I like that. By the time the miner comes out, the ref will be here. Can I enjoy the sun at night? Well, it's 6 o'clock. The sun doesn't go down here until sort of like nearly 9 o'clock here now. Like it doesn't get dark really until about 10:10. Well, like starts to get dark. It's like the lightest time of the year now in the UK, so yeah, it'll still be light for another sort of 4 hours. It's like completely blue skies outside here. It's only a short trip to the beach. So 2 miners on the bottom, a 3rd miner down here. We've got double war factory for Doofus. Rhino's in the middle. Revo has double war factory and he's going straight grizzlies. Not pushing any sort of radar or lab early, which I don't think he can afford to do here because another map where the eco's so nice for the Soviet player. They can get them war factories out really, really early. You can put pressure on the front door. You see 5 rhinos that are now out. Revo's trying to keep up with him with the grizzlies, which he is doing. Yeah, Revo will go broke soon. Rocketeer trying to come in, another miner comes out, goes to 4. I might just click the MCV here. That'll be a commitment if he does. The rhinos, as we know, they just do this too often. But he does hold, and he's okay. It wasn't a bad actually trade. That was quite good for Revo. That was nice. It's just going to keep coming though, isn't it? Just going to keep coming. And by the time he gets to there, he'll be out tanked very shortly in terms of a Grizzly versus Rhino fight. Just over-committing here, I think, Revo. Just over-committing. The Rocky's doing a bit of work, but over-committed there. And he bought a lab on the back of it as well. Just needed to come back to his base, use the pillboxes and let his lab sort of come into play. And we'll lose the lab. IVs are coming out as well. Right, he's only one of these Rockies are actually at work. He's not repairing either. He's not repairing still, and he'll lose that. And I think that'll be the series, just on 2 war factories. 1, 2, 3, 4. Spy comes out. Gonna need to move these GIs. Because he's not even bothered by a flag. Flag comes out now. So Doof has beaten Rad actually yesterday, 5-0 as well. Did lose the series 5-4 the day before, but Doof is in a nice little bit of form now. Revo can't engage there either. He's a massively out-tanked, and he's got grizzlies as well. Yeah, they're just going to keep coming, the rhinos. Versus 2. Didn't even see if that spy got in. I think it double cell down here. Apologies. So it was a double cell, and there is no vets coming out. Doof is just committing in here. Okay, just keep applying the pressure all the time. Just won't let Revo off the hook here. And at some point, Revo will have to expand as well. Really want to see a black come there. It's going to come up to this left-hand side here. Does have a double barracks, so the barracks is irrelevant really. Not too much of a loss there for Revo. He won't mind that. He can take the oil if he wants. I don't think he's even going to bother. Revo was completely broke. And what does he have? 1, 2, 3 miners on ore. He's just on 3 more. He did get the spy in. Apologies. Apologies. Spy did go in. He did sell off a double war factory, so that was a really nice spy. Yeah, so they'll be rebuilt. The Deso is going to come out, and the Deso will be the thing that will win this game. Doofus on 9k. He's on 1, 2, 3 miners there. 4th one there, 5 one there, 5th one there, sorry. Nice use of the IB to repair these, double NG IB. We'd like to see him just be bold, you know. Can he come in and get a war factory with them, or I think he needs to try summon. I mean, for a split second, you maybe think maybe he's given himself a half a, well, a tenth of a chance here, but he really hasn't. But he has got himself, he has played well to get himself back in this a little bit in terms of taking down 2 war factories and getting the spy in, but all the damage was done early from Revo in terms of losing out in this game. Yeah, we didn't see a seal out of Revo, did we? That's a good point, Bills. You didn't really see them. Here comes the Iron Curtain. Might be able to get an oil here. Try go for it. Here we go, it's engagement. So there is veteran Grizzlies, but I expect them still to lose out. Trying to go for that lab, already has the IC out, so this would stop the 4 shield. Here comes the Desos. But doesn't deploy it. Doesn't deploy that. Does get the lab and then it dies. Just Revo, just if you could just get maybe like a double elite or something random. Obviously the IC is nasty. If we could just get himself, there is an elite conscript in there. And a veteran. A couple of vets. Also having veteran Grizzlies of yourself, you do obviously allow the Soviet player to the opportunity to get the elites as well. I think that a better opportunity. They're going to die all on this war factory. MCV is still there. Nice power drop, but all too late. Once I click the war factory, it does stop that flak actually coming out. What has he got? He's just broke, isn't he? It's 1700. But he's just got no way of rebuilding. Needs to get out of there. Let's get out before he loses a little bit. Harry is going to come in again. And this time it'll be the IC. So the IC can just come in and just click both the war factories. You could build some NGs maybe a couple of NGs and just trying to keep repairing it. I mean, that is absolutely last ditch and will take some really high skill to be able to pull that off. He'll probably just run them over. So he takes 1 and he doesn't even get the 1. Doesn't even get the 1. Doof is dragging this out a lot longer than it needs to be. Says, oh my god. Nearly loses the IC. Nearly loses the IC with a split. These Harriers are going to come in, they won't get it in time, but the Rockies are coming as well. Is there a flag? And Revo is really making work of this for Doofus. He's really making him work for it. Not going to get it. He's not going to get it, unfortunately. But he is really making Doofus work, and he's now on 1 war factory. 2 war factories. So OP, man. So double war factory. Switch into SFJ. Fuck this. Doof. Noob. Double war factory. Still has the IC. I'd see maybe a seal. I know this IC is coming up again. We thought that would be the killer last time, but... Yes, I've come a lot. Yes, I played him. There's Grizzlies coming forward. I see he's going to come. And he's going to move the power drop in and try to use them to take care of the drones. 1 goes in. We'll get the last war factory. We can still build Rockies and that's it. Going to try and push in here. This will be the absolute last ditch attempt because there is no more war factories. Drones just coming in. This Soviet just has so many things up their sleeve. Unfortunately for Doofus. Well, in favour of Doofus, sorry. But unfortunate for Revo. They all got one droned. Could have done with like maybe just getting an elite there. If he'd have got an elite or something like that, maybe give himself a sniffer. But doesn't. Pushes back, push back, push back. Absolute massive respect to Revo, taking this game for 12 minutes. Not sure how he did, but he did. Laughed my ass off. 3 planes, all miss. Nice. GG's. So there we go. There we go. So Doofus takes out Revo 4-1.